It was good. Hey, what's going on, y'all? I haven't made any videos lately because I really didn't have nothing really to talk about. Now there's a new melee weapon and a new field upgrade that's coming out. I can't wait to unlock Mr. Peaks, and I'll talk about what I like about it, what I don't, blah blah blah, and switch it over to the melee. We're gonna have these new boxing gloves. They look cool. So I'm gonna probably just max them out in one round. I mean, in one game probably, maybe two, because I have a few tokens specifically for what, I got double weapon XP. I got an hour and I got 45 minutes. So between those two, I might max it out in 2 games maybe. But that's besides the point. I guess I could talk about some of the arguments that I've been working on. Like, I've been switching out some of the things that's been working for me anyway. Most of the perks has been the same for the most part. It's just that I was working on shotgun, so I just got to remember that when I'm using a shotgun, switch it to standard, and then I got to remember when I'm using double, I put it on first instead of that. But if you don't want to deal with all of that, if you need to just change it on one thing and just stay there forever, you're better off just leaving it on deadhead. But I switch it because it does more, it does more damage every time you shoot zombie the first time. That's why it makes more sense to put it on the shotgun. But if you're gonna always forget, you're better off just leaving it on that. And goes for this too. Double impact, you can just leave it on that. Personally, it makes more sense to switch it to this. This is for a wonder weapon. And this is all personal preference. I don't recommend this at all. I recommend one of these. Since I really don't want the nothing, it's good to have the double, but I don't like the nothing. And I'm not that much of a gambler, man. I would rather just use this. That way that if I'm shooting zombies fast, there's a chance that I can get some of my ammo back. But it's really just personal preference. But I don't recommend putting this on at all. Let me see. Other than that, a lot of the stuff is all going to be personal preference. But I'm just going to talk about some of the things that made it easier and better for me. These perks right here, like I said, I had this on so I could run faster for a while. But now that we got a new map, and then there's been a few times that I almost died, I just decided to just leave this on and call it a day. And there are some times when I get hit with the projectile, so I'd rather just leave this on. This is after me doing trial and error. This is absolutely personal preference, but there are times when I think about taking Dying Wish off and just putting this on instead. That way I can just pick myself up with 3 perks. But the chances of you being able to live and not have a perk, most of the time when it's activates, is because you get jammed up. And I was like, should I keep Dying Wish off? Because I get jammed up, and then after I get jammed up enough, that's when I die, and I die anyway. But this is one of the things that helped me. I know some of my friends dabble with this, but I'm gonna tell you what works for me. This right here helps me out a lot. Now, I love the electric cherry, don't get me wrong. When you reload, there's a chance that you can get the zombies off of you. But there's a chance that this can activate without you doing anything. All you gotta do is just have a zombie hit you and it can activate. But it's all personal preference. I'm just gonna say that this helped me more. That's all I'm gonna say about that. And let me see. There's been times when I thought about taking off Dr. Ram and being able to slide into the zombies, pause, and create the explosion. But see, I like things that naturally happen without me thinking about it. Like, for example, I just talked about elemental pop. this happens without me thinking about it. There's times when I'm going up a ladder in Liberty Falls and they just hit me and it just activates. There's times when they hit me when I don't even be thinking about it. It was one time my controller started to die and started to act funny, and I had to plug it in real quick. And as the zombies was trying to kill me, it activated. It triggered automatically without me thinking about it. Same thing with PhD flopper. There's times when I just try to run past a zombie and it activates the Dr. Ram without me thinking about it. And sometimes when I activate the Dr. Ram, it also activates an ammo mod because I touched them. So it goes hand in hand. And like I said, I'm good with Dying Wish because when I get jammed up, that perk thing activates. But anyway, moving on though. Let me see. But let me just, I mean, a lot of this stuff is the stuff I talk about anyway. So let me just talk about some ammo mods that helped me out lately. This right here, I did try this for a little while. And you can like shock one zombie at a time to get them all messed up. But this still just shocks them all at once. And I still prefer that. And I would rather just have it so it activates more often. And let me just point this out real quick. Going back to perks, I'm always going to keep this on because it makes it activates even faster than that. Makes it activate even faster. That's why like every like 4 or 5 zombies I shoot, it automatically triggers. So I highly recommend on Elemental Pop you put that on. So that's why. This right here, I done tried a lot of different ones, and Termite and Extension still helps me the most because they nerfed this a long time ago. But these are the two that help me out. Frost, out of all of these augments, out of all of them, this is the one I'm most disappointed about because the thing is, this one kind of sucks in a way. I love the Storm more than anything, but the Storm don't activate that often. Now, it makes more sense for me to just have this on because this is gonna at least activate more often. But just freezing the zombies in place is, to me, the way I look at this one, this is kind of like a new one. It's kind of like if they decided to get rid of it and it never existed in the game ever again, I'd be fine with that. But I'm just gonna leave the Storm on, only because and have it slightly increase the chances of it activate. Because when it activates, it's cool. But when it doesn't activate, I got a lot of other things that are activating. So I'm not like really that worried about it too much. But it just sucks that it doesn't really work that often when I want it to. So, but when it does, it's actually pretty cool. But it really don't matter. Honestly, it don't matter which one you pick of these because they all kind of suck in their own way. But if you're gonna, as far as the minor goes, you should put it on this one. So whatever one you choose, it will activate a little bit faster. Dead Wire, there is one thing. Dead Rot, there is one thing I did change about Dead Rot though. Let me see something.